Hey, you know where you is? Hey, don't get shell-shocked in this mug. Oh, that's my bad. I thought you was somebody else. I'm not tied to anything illegal. Right? Ranking TMNT designs. Let's get to it. Subscribe. Oh, wait. I'm waiting. That's what this is. I'm doing 10 designs, no comics. All shows and movies mainly because if I did comics, this video would be way too long. Coming in at number 10, the Fast Forward design. Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. This shit is so ass. TMNT Fast Forward, I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't like Fast Forward. Fast Forward is the only design on this list I don't like. Everything else, there may be small little nitpicks about them, but I like the overall design. I don't like Fast Forward. Everything I love about the 03 designs, butchered. If y'all don't know what Fast Forward is, it's the 2003 show when they like changed it the last 2 seasons, and they changed the art style up a little bit. I don't know why or how, but they somehow made it look the exact same, but worse. And then they gave them like these funky little like cybernetic pieces on them. And I heard through the grapevine, the only reason they did that is so they can be more marketable with toys. All right. Hey, whatever floats your boat, buddy, you're at 10. At number 9, Michael Bay's TMNT. Here's the thing about Michael Bay's TMNT. I'll start off with the good stuff first, and then I'll get into the bad stuff. Good stuff being, we've never really seen like a hyper-realistic TMNT before. I mean, it's cool to see, but unfortunately, that's where it ends. Nah, here's my problems. My biggest one is the biggest one. They're too damn big. They bout big as see Godzilla? Bigger than that. For some reason, they're just so bulky. And they're supposed to be ninjas. Not only am I not buying they're doing all this stealth, but then they don't even try to do ninjutsu. They just be body slamming people because they're too big. What else do you do? I don't blame them. Also, like I said, I get it. Hyper realistic. They're ugly as hell. They kind of look like trolls, and I want no part of it. But like I said, I'll put them at 9 because we got hyper realistic. At number 8 goes to Rise of the TMNT. Now, I'm not really the biggest fan of Rise, but what I will say, the artwork in this show is beautiful. The animation is beautiful. And although I don't care for the interpretation of the turtles, I think the designs are actually nice. You know, I won't lie. I think making them different types of turtles kind of takes it down for me because how in the hell are they brothers? But I still do think it's cool though. Like, I see what they were doing. You can't keep replicating the same thing over and over again. No shade with Rise for real. I think the designs are clean. And I think it's also just cool that they added small little things here and there to like spice up each character. Like, you know, like they got the little patches on them and stuff. Leo got the little things on his eyes. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, the pink stuff. I'm not entirely sure about Raph being a tank, but to each their own. Number 7, Mutant Mayhem. Exactly what I didn't like about Michael Bay's turtles, them being too big, is I'm not gonna say they're too small. I think it's cool, especially because they're supposed to be like literal teens. I mean, all the turtles are, but they're voiced by teens. They act a lot more like teenagers. I think it's cool that they are that small. My problem with Mutant Mayhem is the art style is a little funky to me. The art style is a little funky. Like, I know what they were going for, and I don't dislike it, but the art style is a little funky to me. And I just don't like how fucking big and fat their heads are. I don't know, it just looks like a little bit uncanny to me because like their bodies are like so skinny, but their heads are just so big. Number 6, the next mutation. Look, The show may be trash to some people. It's not really for me to say. What I will say though, the designs are actually pretty cool. I know it's small and it's like not that big of a thing, but the fact that they have like their emblems like on their chest and stuff and like sticking out and they're like brightly colored, I think that's just a very, very, very cool design choice. I feel like it's very unique for the turtles, not necessarily unique in terms of character design, but for the turtles, I think it's unique because we've never seen anything like that, and we really still haven't. Now, what I will say, they look very uncanny, and honestly, the more I look at one of those fits in the face, it kind of scares me a little bit, tiny bit, a lot of it. But I'm a sucker for like practical, anything practical when it comes to filmmaking. I mean, whether it's effects, suits, anything like that. I just love the time and dedication it takes to make practical suits. And that's why this is so much higher on my list than other ones, because I just know this was a lot of work. And I can appreciate that. And you know, they were pretty faithful. The colors are kind of vibrant. They pop. Like I'll pop your ass if you don't subscribe. At number 5 is the 2007 Turtles. Now I will let y'all know right now, from this point on, there's really not many complaints. These designs onward, I mean, I like all the designs I just said, besides Fast Forward. But these designs onward, I really like and absolutely condone. The 2007 designs, honestly, I like them a lot. Like a lot. Which you're probably like, why are they at number 5? You know, I may have some nostalgia bias for some designs, whatever, but the 2007 designs are great because they're like one of the only turtle designs that took like the OG comic look. And it kind of confuses me because, like, how? I know characters don't tend to look exactly like they look in the comics when they're adapted to something, but like, that's such an iconic design for TMNT, and this is like the only piece of media that really encapsulated it. And to be honest with you, it looks amazing. Number 4, I'm giving to the 90s live action Turtles. I love these movies, bro. They're fire. And the designs are amazing. Basically, take all the compliments I gave about like practical effects and practical suits that I said with Next Mutation and amplify those for the 90s. That's basically what it is. The fact that they were able to genuinely encapsulate what a real life Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would look like in a practical suit with dudes doing martial arts inside of the suit at that time is kind of insane to me. And they actually look so good. It's kind of scary. I'll be real. Obviously, like, you can kind of see that it's a mask and there's just like the mask flap hanging. And then obviously like their mouths moving and stuff and eyes do look kind of robotic, but they are so expressive, probably more expressive than my goofy ass. These designs are peak, and they're not for the weak. We are really treading into dangerous territory. Top 3. Number 3, 2003 Turtles. There's a whole lot of 3 going on. 2003 is my favorite adaptation of TMNT. I literally yap about it 24/7. If you know me, you know I like that show. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really hard not to cap and just put them at number 1, which I wanted to do because honestly, personally, I'd rather look at those designs than any designs because that's my comfort show. But I'm being real on the design. The design of the 2003 Turtles is amazing. I also like, me personally, I've always thought this was really cool, the fact that each turtle's like a different shade of green. They get pretty creative on ways to like differentiate the turtles besides their headband colors. But I like the take of changing the actual turtles like green skin tone. I think that's pretty cool. It was always something I rocked with. But overall, I just like the designs. They're clean and they get the job done. I also like how they got the headbands on, right? There's nothing like crazy color-wise that makes them like pop to the point where it's like, that's them. But their weapons have their colors. The 03 designs are unmatched in the design itself and aura farming. When they decide to aura farm, boy, they aura farm. Last glaze, I like that their eyes are entirely white too. That shit's fire. Number 2, 2012. It's a whole lot of 2, bruh. They number 2 on the list of 2012. And like I just said about 2003, how it's my favorite show, number 1. 2012 is my second favorite TMNT show. Basically, the thing I was talking about with the 2003 Turtles, how I said I like the fact that like they're just different enough to the point where like you can differentiate them. That is just so beautifully done in the 2012 show. I like the fact that everybody's shaped differently. They just look a little different, but not to the rise extent where like they're over characterizing and making people bigger and smaller and stuff. They're all like in a similar vein of like size, but they're different sizes. That was probably one of the worst explanations for anything I've ever given in my entire life.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
I don't know why this is funny to me, but like the way Donnie's built is exactly how I would expect Donnie to be built. It's just funny to me. I mean, there's a lot of things I do like about the designs, the 2012 Turtles, but that's just the main thing. The fact that they found a way to make them all stand out so much while still looking like the exact same. It makes no sense, but it makes too much sense. And number 1 goes to the 80s Turtles. I mean, probably very predictable. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. When we think of the Turtles, most of the time, that's just the first thing that pops into our head. I love the OG comics. I've read the OG comics. I love 2003 as my favorite show. I've watched 2003 as my favorite show. But the 80s Turtles is just what pops in your head when you think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're like what marketing is for the Turtles. And I be seeing them nowadays, they be trying to push Mutant Mayhem like they're the new 80s. But they will never be. But no, though. The 80s are just, they're the Turtles. They're the Turtles. Nothing more. Nothing less. The video's over, but you're not going anywhere. No, it's not a sponsor. No, I'm not telling you to subscribe, even though you should. What I'm doing is challenging you. Get your ass in the comments. Take the list I just did and do your own 1 through 10 and put it in the comments. If you don't, you're scared. Haha, chicken. Haha. Did that peer pressure you into doing it? I hope so. You can subscribe too, though, if you want. I'd appreciate it. I'd like it. I'd be happy. I'd probably do a little dance. With that being said, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace.